Dear Heavenly Father, in the quiet stillness of this sacred hour, when the world slumbers and the veil between the heavens and the earth feels thin, I come before you with a heart laid bare. The darkness outside is deep, yet within this stillness, there is light, your presence, your peace, your boundless love that flows like a river through my soul. You, O Lord, are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the one who was, who is, and who is to come. Before the foundations of the world were laid, you knew my name, counted my days, and wrote my story with hands that shaped the stars. And so, in this holy moment, in the hush before the dawn, I lift my voice. Not because I am worthy, not because I have done anything to deserve this nearness, but because you, in your mercy, have invited me to come. My heart swells with gratitude. Father, you have given me breath this morning, the rise and fall of my chest a silent testimony that your grace sustains me. You have guarded me through the watches of the night, sent angels to encamp around me, and held me in the hollow of your mighty hand. How often do I take for granted the simple miracle of waking up, the gift of another day to love, to serve, to witness your glory. Thank you, Lord, for life, for the beating of my heart, for the ability to see, to hear, to move. Thank you for the roof above my head, the bed that cradles my rest, the warmth that shields me from the cold. Thank you for the unseen blessings, the dangers you have steered me away from, the arrows of the enemy that never found their mark, the countless times your hand has intervened in ways I will never fully comprehend. And oh, Father, how can I not thank you for the gift of love? You have placed people in my life who reflect your kindness, who encourage, who uplift, who walk beside me on this earthly pilgrimage. Bless them, Lord. Keep them. Let them wake with joy in their hearts, knowing they are loved beyond measure. Yet even as I give thanks, I must come to you with a heart that seeks forgiveness. For I am frail, Lord. I stumble. I speak when I should be silent, and I fall silent when I should speak. I have allowed pride to take root where humility should grow. I have let anger flare where patience was needed. I have withheld grace when grace was what you asked me to give. Forgive me, Lord, for the sins I remember and for those I have been blind to. Wash me clean, O God, that I may stand before you clothed not in my own righteousness, which is like filthy rags, but in the righteousness of Christ, pure and spotless. Let this new day be a beginning, an opportunity to walk in holiness, to reflect your love more fully, to bear fruit that brings glory to your name. And Father, I ask not only for myself, but for those who carry burdens too heavy to bear. For the weary mother who rises before the sun to tend to her children, grant her strength. For the father who labors long hours to provide, give him endurance. For the lonely, the grieving, the brokenhearted, wrap them in your embrace. Let them know that they are not forgotten, that you are near to those who are crushed in spirit. Guide my steps today, Lord. Walk before me, clearing the path. Walk beside me, that I may not stumble. Walk behind me, guarding me from what I cannot see. Keep my feet from straying, my hands from idleness, my mind from wandering where it should not go. Let my words be few, but full of grace. Let my thoughts be anchored in truth. Let my heart be undivided, wholly devoted to you. Teach me to love as you love, to see as you see, to serve without seeking recognition. Let me be slow to anger, quick to forgive, and ever ready to extend mercy. Father, I surrender this day to you. It is not my own. Every breath I take, every moment I live is yours. Let me not waste it on things that have no eternal value. Let my eyes be fixed on what is unseen, my hope be set on what is eternal. There is so much I do not know, so much that is uncertain, but this I know, you are good. You are faithful. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. And no matter what this day holds, you hold me. So I rest in that truth, Lord. I breathe it in. I let it settle deep within me. I am yours. I'm loved. I am never alone. In the hush of this sacred hour, I linger still in your presence, not yet ready to depart from the quiet embrace of this communion. The world outside remains veiled in darkness, yet within this space of prayer, I find myself bathed in your eternal light. I rest in the knowledge that even now, in this early watch of the morning, you are near. You are listening. You are holding me in the vastness of your love. Father, there are depths of gratitude within me that words fail to express. My heart overflows, not merely for the tangible blessings, the food that sustains, the shelter that protects, the people who bring joy, but for the unseen mercies you pour out day after day. How many times have you shielded me from dangers I never saw? How often have you whispered truth when my mind was clouded with doubt? How many battles have you fought on my behalf, battles I did not even know were raging? Thank you, Lord, for the unseen hand that guides me when my own wisdom falters. Thank you for the gentle nudges that steer me from paths that would have led to sorrow. Thank you for the moments of stillness, where I sense your peace settling upon me like the hush before the dawn. Yet even as I give thanks, I recognize my frailty, my tendency to stray. Forgive me, Father, for the moments I have allowed worry to consume me, as if you were not sovereign over all things. Forgive me for the times I have sought approval from the world instead of resting in the security of being known and loved by you. Forgive me for the words I have spoken in haste, the judgments I have harbored in my heart, the grace I have withheld when you have called me to forgive. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and reveal to me the places where pride has taken root, where selfish ambition has clouded my vision. Uproot every seed of bitterness, every remnant of fear, every trace of doubt that hinders me from walking fully in the freedom you have given. This morning, I lay my burdens before you, trusting that you are more than able to carry what I cannot. I surrender my worries, my anxieties, my uncertainties about the future, knowing that not a single moment of my life escapes your notice. You have gone before me, preparing the way. You have walked beside me, steadying my steps. You have followed behind me, redeeming my missteps. And so, I release my grasp, Lord. I let go of the need to control, to understand, to hold on to what was never mine to carry. Instead, I open my hands to receive what you have for me today, whether joy or trial, abundance or want, clarity or waiting. Whatever comes, let me walk through it with a heart steadfast in faith, unwavering in trust, unshaken in the certainty of your goodness. I ask not for an easy path, Lord, but for the strength to walk whatever road you set before me. I ask not for a life free of trials, but for the grace to meet each trial with unwavering faith. I ask not for riches, but for a heart that treasures what is eternal. I ask not for recognition, but for a life that points only to you. Father, let my heart be a dwelling place for your Spirit. Let my mind be renewed daily by your truth. Let my hands be eager to serve, my lips quick to bless, my feet willing to go wherever you call. May my life be a reflection of your love, a vessel through which your light shines into the darkened corners of this world. For there is darkness, Lord. There is suffering. There is pain. And though I know you reign above it all, I lift before you those who are weary, those who feel forgotten, those who sit in silence with tears unseen by the world but known fully by you. Be near to them, O God. Whisper hope into their despair. Breathe peace into their unrest. Wrap them in the comfort of your embrace. For the brokenhearted, be a healer. For the lonely, be a friend. For the anxious, be a refuge. For the weary, be the rest their souls long for. And Father, where you desire to use me as an instrument of your love, let me not shrink back. Give me eyes to see those in need, ears to hear the unspoken cries, a heart that moves toward compassion rather than away in indifference. Teach me to love as you love, without condition, without hesitation. Teach me to forgive as you forgive, fully and freely. Teach me to serve not out of obligation, but out of the joy of reflecting your heart. And in the moments when I falter, When the weight of this world feels heavy, when doubts whisper and fears creep in, remind me, Lord, of who you are. You are the same God who parted the seas, who brought water from the rock, who rained manna from heaven. You are the same God who calmed the storm, who healed the sick, who raised the dead to life. You are the same God who called me by name, who formed me in my mother's womb, who set my feet upon the path of grace. And if you have been faithful then, you will be faithful now. So I rest in that truth. I anchor my hope not in circumstances, not in fleeting emotions, not in the ever-changing tides of this world, but in you, the unshakable, immovable, eternal God. And as the first light of dawn begins to break upon the horizon, as the world stirs awake, I remain here still, lingering in the sacredness of this moment, in the quiet certainty that I am held, that I am known, that I am deeply, irrevocably loved. Heavenly Father, even as the first light of dawn stretches across the horizon, I linger still in this sacred moment, unwilling to rush away from the sweetness of your presence. This hour is still hushed, the world barely stirring, and here in this place of quiet communion, I am fully known, fully seen, and fully embraced by you. What a mystery, Lord, that you, the King of all creation, the Ancient of Days, the one who spoke the universe into existence, should desire to dwell with me, to listen to the cries of my heart, to bend low and call me your beloved. Who am I, Lord, that you should be mindful of me? Who am I that you should number my steps, that you should know my thoughts before they form upon my tongue? And yet, in your infinite love, you have counted even the hairs upon my head. You have carved my name upon the palms of your hands, and you have drawn near with a tenderness that defies all understanding. Oh, how often I take this love for granted. How often I allow the distractions of this fleeting world to dull my awareness of your nearness. I busy myself with worries that have no place in a heart anchored in you. I chase after things that do not satisfy, forgetting that true fulfillment is found only in you. I let my affections be pulled in 1,000 directions, when all the while, you are here, calling me back, whispering, "Be still and know that I am God." So here I am, Father. I quiet my soul before you. I set aside my striving, my fears, my restless thoughts. I breathe in your peace. I let your presence wash over me like the first rain upon dry and weary land. There is nothing I need more than this, than you. No earthly treasure, no fleeting success, no human approval could ever compare to the depth of joy that comes from being near you. And yet, Lord, how weak I am on my own. My spirit is willing, but my flesh is frail. I long to walk in steadfast devotion, yet I stumble so easily. I long to keep my eyes fixed upon you, yet my gaze is often drawn to the shifting shadows of this world. So I ask, Father, for grace upon grace, not only to love you in this quiet hour of prayer, but to love you in the ordinary moments of the day to come. Not only to trust you here in the safety of solitude, but to trust you when trials arise, when storms rage, when faith is tested. Let my worship not be confined to words spoken in prayer, but let it be the song of my life. Every step a testimony of trust, every act an offering of love, every breath a whisper of surrender. May the work of my hands bring you glory. May the thoughts of my heart be pleasing in your sight. May the words I speak today be seasoned with grace, pointing always to you. And Father, even as I seek to walk in righteousness, I recognize that I do not walk alone. You have placed people in my life, family, friends, strangers whose paths will cross mine today, and each one bears your image. Each one is loved by you, pursued by you, known by you. Help me to see them as you see them. Help me to love them not with my own limited, conditional love, but with the love that flows from your heart. Teach me to be patient, Lord, even when tempers flare. Teach me to be gentle, even when others are harsh. Teach me to listen more than I speak, to extend kindness when it is undeserved, to forgive even when my flesh cries out for justice. Let my presence be a reflection of yours, a safe place for the weary, a beacon of hope for the discouraged, a vessel through which your love is poured out upon the world. And Father, I lift up to you those who are struggling, those whose burdens are too heavy to bear alone. For the sick, bring healing. For the grieving, bring comfort. For the lost, bring direction. For the hopeless, restore joy. Let those who feel unseen know that you have never taken your eyes off them. Let those who feel forgotten know that you have never left their side. Let those who doubt your goodness be met today with undeniable evidence of your faithfulness. Even as I pray, Lord, I know that there are countless needs I will never fully comprehend. Wars waged in distant lands, injustice that cries out for redemption, hearts that ache in silence. But I trust that you are working in ways beyond what I can see. You are bringing beauty from ashes. You are making a way where there seems to be no way. You are sovereign, even over the brokenness of this world. And so I place my hope not in what my eyes perceive, but in what your promises declare. Let faith rise up within me, Lord. Not a faith that wavers with the changing winds, but a faith rooted deep in the soil of your truth. A faith that endures in seasons of waiting. A faith that rejoices even in suffering. A faith that looks beyond the temporary struggles of this world and fixes its gaze upon the eternal. For this life is but a breath, a fleeting moment in the vastness of eternity. And so, Father, let me not waste it. Let me not be consumed with trivial pursuits, with selfish ambitions, with things that will one day fade into nothingness. Let me live with heaven in my heart, with eternity always before me. Let my greatest desire be not for comfort, nor success, nor applause, but simply this, to know you more. For what is life apart from you? What is joy that is not rooted in your presence? What is love that is not drawn from the wellspring of your grace? Oh, Father, let my soul be ever thirsting for you. Let me never grow complacent, never become satisfied with a shallow faith, never settle for anything less than the fullness of life found in you. And when my final breath is drawn, when this earthly journey comes to an end, let it be said that I walked with you, that I loved you with all that I had, that I lived not for my own gain, but for your glory. But until that day comes, Father, strengthen my heart for the road ahead. Equip me for the battles yet to be fought. Keep my hands steady, my spirit willing, my eyes ever fixed upon you. And as the morning sun begins to rise, as the world awakens from its slumber, I remain here still, dwelling in the quiet assurance of your presence, knowing that no matter what this day holds, I do not walk into it alone. You go before me. You walk beside me. You are my shield, my refuge, my unshakable foundation. So I rise in faith. I move forward in trust. I step into this day with confidence, not in my own strength, but in yours. For you are God, and you are good, and you are with me. Always. As the morning light gently unfurls its golden embrace over the sleeping earth, I remain here in the quiet hush of your presence, letting my soul drink deeply from the wellspring of your love. The world awakens, yet within me there is stillness, an anchoring, a deep knowing that I am held in the hands of the Eternal One, the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps, who watches over me with a tenderness beyond measure. Father, my heart is full, yet it longs to pour itself out before you, for you alone are worthy of all that I am, all that I have, all that I will ever be. Every breath I take is a gift, every heartbeat a whisper of your mercy. The air that fills my lungs, the ground beneath my feet, the sky stretching endlessly above me, all of it testifies to your goodness, to the majesty of your creation. And yet, what stirs my heart most is not the wonder of the heavens, nor the beauty of the earth, but the unfathomable truth that you, the creator of all things, desire communion with me. Who am I, Lord, that you should set your love upon me? Who am I, that you should call me by name, that you should pursue me even in my wanderings, that you should lift me up when I am lowly, that you should crown me with grace when I deserve nothing but judgment? I am but dust, And yet, in your great mercy, you have breathed life into my being, clothed me in the righteousness of Christ, and called me your beloved. So, here I am, Lord, not with grand offerings, nor with eloquent words, but with a heart laid bare, a soul thirsty for more of you. For nothing in this world can satisfy the longing within me. No earthly pleasure, no fleeting success, no human love could ever compare to the sweetness of your presence. And yet, how easily I forget. How often I allow the cares of this life to drown out the still, small voice calling me back to you. How often I trade eternal joy for temporary distractions, pursuing things that will fade like the morning mist, rather than setting my heart on what is everlasting. Forgive me, Lord, for the moments I have chosen comfort over obedience, for the times I have allowed fear to dictate my steps rather than trusting in your sovereign plan, for the days when my faith has wavered, when doubt has crept in like a shadow, whispering lies that seek to dim the light of your truth. Oh, Father, strengthen my heart, fortify my spirit, let my faith be unshaken, not because of my own strength, but because I stand upon the rock that cannot be moved. Teach me to trust you, not only when the path is clear and the road is smooth, but even in the valleys, in the waiting, in the seasons of uncertainty where answers seem distant, yet you are ever near. I do not ask for a life free of trials, Lord, for I know that it is in the fire that gold is refined, in the storm that faith is forged. But I ask for a steadfast spirit, that I may walk through every trial with unwavering confidence in your goodness. Let me not fear the unknown, for nothing is unknown to you. Let me not be anxious about tomorrow, for you hold all my tomorrows in the palm of your hand. And even now, as this day begins, I surrender it wholly to you. Every moment, every encounter, every word that will be spoken, every decision that will be made, let it all be for your glory. Let my thoughts be fixed upon what is pure, what is true, what is noble and praiseworthy. Let my hands be quick to serve, my heart eager to love, my spirit sensitive to the leading of your voice. Father, let my life be a testament to your grace. When others see me, let them see you. When they hear my words, let them hear truth seasoned with love. When they watch my actions, let them witness a life surrendered to something greater than itself. Let me not seek recognition, nor the approval of men, but only the quiet satisfaction of knowing that I have walked in obedience to your calling. For the world is watching, Lord. Whether I am aware of it or not, my life is a reflection of the faith I profess. So let me reflect you well. Let me not bring dishonor to your name by living in hypocrisy, by speaking of love but withholding it, by proclaiming faith but walking in fear, by lifting my hands in worship yet harboring resentment in my heart. Purify-me, O God. Let my worship be more than words. Let it be the very essence of my being, a life poured out in devotion, a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to you. And as I go forth into this day, Lord, I ask that you would go before me. Prepare the way, even in ways I cannot see. Order my steps according to your perfect will. Close the doors that would lead me astray, and open those that align with your purpose for my life. Let me not rush ahead of you, nor lag behind in hesitation, but walk in step with your spirit, fully yielded to your leading. I pray not only for myself, Lord, but for all those who are weary, those who rise this morning carrying burdens too heavy to bear. For the mother who wakes before the sun, exhausted yet pressing on for the sake of her children, be her strength. For the father who labors tirelessly, longing to provide, yet feeling the weight of his limitations, be his provider. For the one who feels unseen, forgotten, lost in the vastness of this world, remind them that they are deeply known, fiercely loved, never alone. Father, let this day be marked by your presence. Let it be filled with divine appointments, moments of unexpected grace, whispers of encouragement that remind us of who you are. Let those who have wandered be drawn back to you. Let those who have grown cold in faith be reignited with passion. Let those who are searching find the one who has been seeking them all along. And in all things, let your name be glorified. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Let every breath I take be a song of praise, every heartbeat a rhythm of worship, every step a testimony of the one who walks beside me. So I rise, not in my own strength, but in yours. I face this day, not with fear, but with faith. For you are with me, now and always, and that is enough. Father, with the first light of dawn stretching across the heavens, I remain here, my heart still bowed before you, my spirit lingering in the presence of the one who knows me fully and loves me without measure. I am not ready to rise from this sacred communion, not ready to leave the hush of this moment where the weight of your glory settles upon me like the morning mist upon the earth. For where else would I go, Lord? Where else can I find the peace that surpasses understanding, the love that heals all wounds, the grace that covers every failure? You alone are my refuge, my stronghold, my unshakable foundation. And so I stay, pressing in deeper, lifting my voice not in haste, but in the full assurance that you are listening, that you are near. Father, as this day unfolds, I ask that you would steady my heart. So often, I am quick to rush into the demands of life, allowing distractions to pull me away from the quiet certainty of your presence. The world moves fast, Lord, but let me move at the pace of your Spirit. Let me not be so consumed with doing that I forget to be. Let me not be so concerned with what lies ahead that I fail to see the beauty of what you are doing here, now, in this very moment. Teach me to abide, Father. Teach me to dwell in the shelter of the Most High, to rest beneath the shadow of the Almighty, to find my strength not in my own striving, but in the stillness of surrender. For I am prone to self-reliance, to believing that I must carry the weight of the world upon my own shoulders. Yet you have never asked me to bear what only you can hold. So I lay it down, Lord, every fear, every worry, every burden that threatens to steal my peace. I release it into your hands, trusting that you are working all things together for good, even when I cannot yet see the fullness of your plan. Your ways are higher, your thoughts beyond my understanding, and I choose to rest in that truth rather than wrestle with uncertainty. And as I surrender, Father, I ask that you would fill me anew. Pour out your Spirit upon me. Renew my mind with truth. Refresh my soul with your presence. Let my heart overflow with the joy that comes not from circumstances, but from knowing that I am yours. Let my spirit be steadfast, unshaken by the storms that may come, anchored in the certainty of your promises. Lord, in the quiet of this morning, I lift up my hands not in desperation, but in expectation. For you are the God who sees, the God who provides, the God who makes a way where there is no way. And so I come, not as one who begs, but as a child who trusts, as a servant who listens, as a worshiper who adores. Father, as the sun rises upon the earth, let it rise within me as well. Let the warmth of your love chase away the shadows of doubt, the coldness of fear, the weariness of soul that sometimes lingers in the early hours of the day. Let me walk in the light, Lord, in the fullness of all that you are, in the radiant glow of grace that never fades. And let my life be a reflection of that light. Let me shine, not with a light of my own making, but with the brilliance of your presence within me. Let those I encounter today see not me, but you. Let my words be laced with kindness, my actions marked by compassion, my heart attuned to the needs of those around me. For there are so many, Lord, who are walking in darkness, so many who are searching for hope, for meaning, for something to anchor their souls. Let me be a vessel, a conduit through which your love flows freely, unhindered by pride, untainted by selfish ambition. Let me live, not for my own gain, but for your glory. And Father, as I step into this day, I ask for wisdom, the kind of wisdom that comes not from books, nor from human reasoning, but from the heart of the one who holds all knowledge, all understanding, all truth. Give me discernment to recognize what is of you and what is not. Give me clarity when choices must be made. Give me the courage to walk the path you have set before me, even when it is difficult, even when it is uncertain. For I know, Lord, that your ways are perfect, that your plans for me are good, that even in the midst of trials, you are working something far greater than I can comprehend. So let me not waver. Let me not be swayed by the opinions of man, nor by the fears that whisper in the quiet corners of my mind. Let my eyes remain fixed upon you, the author and the finisher of my faith. And let my heart remain soft, Lord, for it is so easy to grow weary, so easy to become hardened by disappointment, by pain, by the weight of a world that often feels too heavy to bear. But you have called me to something greater. You have called me to love when it is difficult, to forgive when it is undeserved, to show grace when it is least expected. So help me, Father. Help me to reflect your heart in all that I do. Help me to see people as you see them, not through the lens of my own judgments or experiences, but through the eyes of love that knows no bounds. Help me to be patient when patience is tested, kind when kindness is inconvenient, gentle when the world demands harshness. And when I fail, Lord, as I know I will, remind me that your grace is sufficient, that your mercies are new every morning, that my worth is not found in my perfection, but in the perfection of Christ within me. Let me not be discouraged by my shortcomings, but rather, let me be spurred on toward holiness, toward deeper intimacy with you, toward a life that bears fruit for your kingdom. Father, as I prepare to rise from this place of prayer, I do so with confidence, not in myself, but in you. For you are the one who goes before me, the one who walks beside me, the one who will never leave nor forsake me. So I step forward in faith, in trust, in the unshakable knowledge that no matter what this day holds, I am held by you. And that is enough. As I rise from this place of stillness, I do so not in haste, but in quiet surrender, allowing the truth of your presence to permeate every fiber of my being. The world awakens, but my soul remains anchored in the depths of this sacred communion, unwilling to move too quickly, unwilling to let go of the nearness I feel in this moment. The air is crisp, the morning light golden upon the horizon. Yet it is not the beauty of the dawn that captivates me most. It is the awareness that you are here, that you have always been here, that you will always be here. Whether in the quiet of these early hours or in the noise of the day ahead, whether in moments of joy or in the depths of trial, whether I am aware of it or not, you are near. And oh, what comfort that brings! What assurance, what peace to know that I do not walk this path alone. The road ahead may be uncertain, the journey long and wearisome, but you, O Lord, are my constant, my refuge, my unshakable foundation. No matter what storms may arise, no matter what burdens may come, I am safe in the arms of the one who holds the heavens in place. So I go forth, Lord, but I do not go in my own strength. I do not lean upon my own understanding, nor do I trust in my own wisdom. Instead, I yield to you. I surrender my plans, my desires, my every longing to the one who sees the beginning from the end, the one whose ways are higher, whose thoughts are beyond my comprehension. And yet, even as I surrender, even as I place my trust in you, I feel the weight of my own humanity pressing upon me. For I am weak, Lord, prone to wander, prone to doubt, prone to let the cares of this world pull my gaze away from you. So I ask, Father, for the strength to stay steadfast, the strength to stand firm in faith when the enemy whispers lies, the strength to choose obedience when my flesh longs for ease, the strength to love when love feels costly, to serve when service requires sacrifice, to forgive when forgiveness is undeserved. Oh, how great is my need for you! How desperately I require your grace with each passing moment. And how thankful I am that your grace is never withheld, never lacking, never insufficient. It is always enough, always abundant, always new every morning, like manna from heaven, sustaining, strengthening, reviving my weary soul. So let me walk in that grace today, Lord. Let me extend it to others as freely as it has been given to me. Let me not be quick to judge, nor slow to show kindness. Let me be patient with those who frustrate me, gentle with those who are hurting, generous with those who have little to give in return. Let me love not only in words, but in action, in truth, in the way that you have called me to love, not seeking recognition, nor expecting anything in return, but simply because you first loved me. Father, even as I step into the rhythm of this new day, I do not forget those who rise this morning with heavy hearts, those who wake to sorrow, to uncertainty, to burdens too great to bear alone. I lift them before you, Lord, the sick who long for healing, the weary who crave rest, the lonely who yearn for companionship, the broken who need restoration. Be near to them, Father. Let them feel the warmth of your embrace, the closeness of your presence, the whisper of hope that reminds them they are not forgotten. And for those who walk in darkness, unaware of the love that pursues them, I pray that today would be the day their eyes are opened, that in the midst of their pain, in the midst of their searching, they would encounter you, the God who sees, the God who saves, the God who calls them by name. Let today be the day chains are broken, hearts are softened, lives are forever changed by the power of your redeeming love. For that is who you are, Lord, the God of restoration, the God of new beginnings, the God who brings beauty from ashes, who turns mourning into dancing, who speaks life into dry bones. No soul is too lost for you to redeem, no heart too hardened for you to soften, no past too broken for you to restore. And if you are the God who does these things, the God who has done them for me, how can I not trust you? How can I not walk forward in confidence, knowing that the one who holds my future is the same one who has been faithful in my past? So let me not waver, Lord. Let me not be tossed by the waves of circumstance, nor shaken by the trials that may come. Let me stand firm, with my eyes fixed not on what is seen, but on what is eternal. Let my hope be rooted not in the fleeting things of this world, but in the unchanging truth of who you are. And let my life be a song of worship, not just in the words I speak, but in the way I live, in the way I serve, in the way I love. Let my every breath be an offering of praise, my every step a reflection of the one who walks beside me. For I am yours, Lord, bought with a price, redeemed by grace, set apart for a purpose far greater than myself. Let me not waste this day, nor the days to come, chasing after things that will not last. Let me live with eternity ever before me, with my heart ever turned toward heaven, with my spirit ever yielded to the call of my King. And so, as I take my first steps into the hours ahead, I do so with confidence. Not because I am strong, but because you are my strength. Not because I have all the answers, but because you are the one who leads. Not because I know what lies ahead, but because I know the one who goes before me. So let your will be done in me today, Lord. Let your kingdom come in and through my life. Let your name be glorified in all that I do, in all that I say, in all that I am. For you alone are worthy. You alone are my hope, my refuge, my joy, my peace. You alone are my God, my King, my everything. Heavenly Father, as I continue to abide in your presence, I am reminded that this sacred communion is not bound by time or space. Whether in the stillness of this quiet morning or in the clamor of the day ahead, you remain near. You are the God who walks with me through every moment, through every season, through every valley and mountaintop. I need not rush from this place of prayer, for in you, I live and move and have my being. And so I linger, not only to speak, but to listen, not only to pour out my heart, but to receive. For too often, my prayers are filled with words, yet I fail to sit in the silence, to let your Spirit minister to me, to hear the whispers of wisdom you long to impart. So here I am, Lord, open, expectant, waiting. Speak, Father. Speak into the quiet places of my soul. Speak into the depths where fear sometimes lingers, where doubt sometimes takes root. Speak truth where lies have tried to settle. Speak peace where anxiety has crept in. Speak life where weariness has dulled my spirit. For your words, O Lord, are living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword. They separate what is true from what is false. They cut through the noise of this world and bring clarity where there was confusion. They are a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path, guiding me in the way everlasting. So guide me, Father. Direct my steps today. Order my thoughts, my decisions, my desires according to your perfect will. Let me not lean on my own understanding, for I know how limited my sight is, how easily I am swayed by what is temporary. Instead, let me walk in the wisdom that comes from above, in the discernment that is rooted in you. And Father, as you lead me, let my heart be tender to your promptings. Let me not be so preoccupied with my own plans that I fail to recognize the divine appointments you have set before me. Open my eyes to the needs around me. Let me not overlook the one who is hurting, the one who is longing for a word of encouragement, the one who simply needs to be reminded that they are seen, that they are valued, that they are deeply loved by their Creator. For what is my life, Lord, if not a vessel for your love? What is my purpose, if not to reflect your glory in all that I do? Let me not waste a single moment today in selfish pursuits, in fleeting distractions, in things that do not bring you honor. Let my every thought, my every action, my every conversation be an act of worship, a declaration that you alone are worthy of my time, my energy, my devotion. And yet, Father, I know that on my own, I am weak. My heart is prone to wander. My spirit, though willing, is often frail. There will be moments when impatience threatens to rise, when frustration seeks to take hold, when weariness tempts me to withdraw. So strengthen me, Lord. Uphold me with your righteous right hand. Let me not be overcome by my emotions, but rather, let me be ruled by the peace that comes from abiding in you. Teach me to respond with grace when I am met with unkindness. Teach me to extend mercy when I am wronged. Teach me to love even when it is not reciprocated. Let me be slow to anger, quick to listen, eager to understand. Let my presence bring light into every space I enter. My words bring encouragement to every ear that hears them. My actions reflect the heart of my Savior. For the world is watching, Lord. Whether I realize it or not, my life is a testimony. Those around me will see in me either a reflection of your love or a distortion of it. Let me not misrepresent you. Let me not claim to follow you in name, but deny you in the way I live. Let my faith be evident, not just in the moments when it is easy, but in the moments when it is costly. And Father, in those moments when I falter, when I fall short of who you have called me to be, let me not be weighed down by shame. Let me not retreat into guilt, but instead, let me run into your arms, knowing that your mercies are new every morning. You do not hold my failures against me. You do not love me less because of my shortcomings. You are a Father who lifts me up, who dusts me off, who calls me forward, reminding me that I am not defined by my mistakes, but by the righteousness of Christ within me. So let me walk in that freedom today, Lord. Let me not carry the burdens of yesterday. Let me not dwell on what has been, but instead, let me step boldly into what you are doing now. Let me be fully present in this day, fully aware of the opportunities you have placed before me, fully surrendered to the work you desire to do in and through me. For there is work to be done, Father. There are souls who need to hear of your love. There are lives waiting to be touched by your grace. There are people who need hope, who need truth, who need to see in me a glimpse of the one who has transformed my life. Let me not keep this gift to myself. Let me be bold in sharing it, unashamed in proclaiming the goodness of my God. And Father, as I go about this day, I ask for your protection, not only over my physical being, but over my heart, my mind, my spirit. Guard me against the enemy's schemes. Shield me from the lies that seek to take root. Surround me with your presence, so that nothing contrary to your will can gain a foothold in my life. Let my home be a place of peace, filled with the fragrance of your love. Let my workplace be a space where integrity and kindness flourish. Let my interactions be marked by authenticity, by humility, by the kind of love that points people straight to you. And Lord, I lift up those who are struggling today, those who feel unseen, unheard, forgotten, those who are battling sickness, who are carrying the weight of grief, who are facing trials that seem insurmountable. Be their refuge, Father. Be their healer, their comforter, their source of unwavering hope. Remind them that they are not alone, that you see them, that you are fighting for them, that even in their darkest moments, they are held in the hands of the one who never lets go. And when my own trials come, as I know they will, let me hold fast to that same truth. Let me not be shaken. Let me not give way to fear. Let me stand firm, knowing that no storm, no hardship, no trial can separate me from the love of my God. For you are with me, always, in the morning light and in the midnight hour, in the stillness and in the chaos, in the joy and in the sorrow. You are constant. You are faithful. You are unchanging. And that is enough. That is more than enough. Even as the sun begins to rise higher in the sky, as the world stirs with movement and sound, I remain here, my soul tethered to the quiet sanctuary of your presence. The demands of the day call me forward, yet I am unwilling to rush, unwilling to leave this sacred space where my heart is most at rest. For what is a day begun without you, Lord? What are my plans, my tasks, my ambitions if they are not first surrendered at your feet? What good is my labor if it is not rooted in the purposes you have ordained? Without you, all my striving is in vain. Without you, my efforts amount to nothing. So I lay everything down once more, placing every thought, every intention, every responsibility into the hands of the one who sees the full tapestry of my life, the one who weaves all things together in perfect wisdom. Father, I know that today will bring both joys and challenges. There will be moments of laughter, moments of gratitude, moments of ease where the beauty of life is felt in its fullness. But there will also be moments of testing, moments where patience is stretched thin, where faith is refined in the fire of circumstance. And in all these moments, whether sweet or bitter, whether light or heavy, I ask that my heart remains steadfast in you. Let me not be one who praises you only when the sun is shining, who trusts you only when life is simple. Let me be one whose faith remains unshaken in the storm, one who clings to your promises when the road grows steep, one who stands firm even when the winds of trial howl against me. For I know, Lord, that you are the same yesterday, today, and forever. The God of my mountaintops is also the God of my valleys. The God who blesses is also the God who sustains. The God who parts the seas is also the God who walks with me through the wilderness. So I will trust you, not just with my words, but with my life. I will trust you when the answers do not come easily, when the path ahead is uncertain, when prayers seem to linger in silence. I will trust you when doors close, when detours arise, when the things I hoped for do not unfold as I envisioned. For you see beyond what I see. You know beyond what I know. You are working even in the waiting, moving even in the stillness, shaping my story with hands that never make mistakes. And even when I cannot trace your hand, I will trust your heart. Father, keep me close today. Do not let the worries of this world steal my peace. Do not let distractions pull me away from what truly matters. Do not let the noise of the temporary drown out the whispers of the eternal. Let my heart beat in rhythm with yours. Let my desires be aligned with your will. Let my purpose be rooted in your kingdom, not in my own ambition. Teach me to walk with grace today, Lord, to love without condition, to serve without hesitation, to forgive without resentment, to give without expectation. Let me be a reflection of your character in all that I do. Let me be patient when my patience is tested. Let me be kind when kindness is undeserved. Let me be gentle even when the world is harsh. Let me be a light that shines, not for my own glory, but for yours. And Father, I pray for those around me, for my family, my friends, my co-workers, my neighbors, those whose lives intersect with mine in both big and small ways. Let my presence in their lives be a source of encouragement, Let my words be uplifting, my actions be filled with sincerity, my love be genuine. Let me not overlook the opportunities you place before me to be a blessing. Let me not be too busy to notice those who need a listening ear, a helping hand, a simple reminder that they are valued. For I do not want to move through this life consumed only by my own needs. I do not want to be so preoccupied with my own concerns that I fail to see the needs of those around me. Give me eyes that truly see, Lord, a heart that truly cares, a spirit that is willing to serve, even when it is inconvenient. Let my life be an outpouring of the love that you have so freely given to me. And as I lift others before you, I also lift those who are struggling in ways that I cannot fully understand. Those who are carrying burdens too heavy for words. Those who are walking through grief, through loss, through uncertainty that weighs upon them like a heavy cloud. Be near to them, Lord. Be the comfort they need, the strength they lack, the hope that keeps them moving forward. Remind them that they are not alone, that even in the depths of sorrow, they are held in the hands of the one who knows every tear they have shed. And Father, for those who have not yet come to know you, for those who are searching, longing, reaching for something to fill the emptiness within them, I pray that today would be the day they encounter the reality of your love. That today would be the day the veil is lifted, their hearts are softened, their eyes are open to the truth that they are deeply loved, relentlessly pursued, infinitely valued by the God who created them. Use me, Lord, if you will. Let my life be a testimony, not of my own goodness, but of yours. Let those who see me see you. Let those who hear me hear your truth. Let those who encounter me leave with a sense of something greater than themselves, something deeper than this world has to offer. Let me be a vessel, a conduit of grace, an ambassador of the kingdom I belong to. And Father, as I go forward into this day, I do not ask for ease. I do not ask for a day free of difficulties or challenges. I do not ask for comfort at the expense of growth. Instead, I ask for strength to meet whatever comes. I ask for wisdom to navigate each decision with integrity. I ask for discernment to recognize your leading in every situation. Let me be faithful in the small things today, Lord. Let me be diligent in the work you have set before me. Let me do all things as unto you, not seeking approval from man, but finding my worth and fulfillment in knowing that I am walking in obedience to your call. And when the day draws to a close, when the sun sets and the world quiets once more, let me look back upon this day with no regrets. Let me know that I have loved well, that I have served well, that I have honored you in every thought, every word, every action. For at the end of it all, that is what matters most. Not the accomplishments I achieve, not the recognition I receive, not the temporary successes that will one day fade, but the legacy of faithfulness I leave behind. The impact of a life lived for something greater than itself. The echo of love that lingers long after I am gone. And so, with that in mind, I rise, not in my own strength, but in yours. I move forward, not in fear, but in faith. I step into this day, not alone, but hand in hand with the one who walks beside me, who goes before me, who will never leave me nor forsake me. As I take each step into this day, I do so with a heart that is lifted toward you, with a soul that remains bowed in surrender, and with a spirit that longs for nothing more than to dwell in your presence. Though the world around me is moving, busying itself with the rhythms of life, the demands of work, the weight of expectations, I remain still in my heart, carrying this moment of sacred intimacy with me as I go. For this is the truth I hold on to, Lord, that you are not only found in the quiet of the morning, but in the clamor of the day. You are not only present in the sacred hush of prayer, but in the chaos of responsibilities. You do not leave me when I rise from my knees, nor do you distance yourself when I step into the routine of daily life. No, you are with me always, in the mundane as much as in the miraculous, in the ordinary as much as in the extraordinary. And because you are with me, Lord, I need not fear what this day may bring. I need not be anxious about tomorrow, nor burdened by the uncertainties of life. I need not wrestle with doubts or be weighed down by questions that have yet to be answered. For you go before me, preparing the way. You walk beside me, steadying my steps. You surround me, a fortress of peace, a shield of faithfulness, a refuge in every storm. So let my soul be at rest, Father. Let me move through this day with the quiet confidence of one who is held, one who is known, one who is deeply, irrevocably loved by the King of all creation. Let my spirit remain anchored in the truth that nothing, no hardship, no trial, no disappointment can separate me from the love of my God. And Father, as I go about the task set before me, let my heart be ever aware of the opportunities to reflect your glory. Let me not move so quickly through the day that I miss the moments you have orchestrated for me to be your hands and feet. Let me not be so consumed with my own agenda that I fail to see the divine appointments placed in my path. Give me eyes to see those who are hurting, Lord. Give me ears to hear the unspoken cries of those who are weary. Give me hands that are ready to serve, feet that are willing to go where you send me, lips that are quick to speak life, to encourage, to bless. Let me not be content with simply going through the motions of the day, but let me live with intention, with purpose, with a heart that is fully yielded to the work of your kingdom. For I do not belong to this world, Lord. My citizenship is in heaven. My hope is not rooted in the fleeting things of this earth, but in the eternal promises that you have spoken. And so, let me not live for what is temporary. Let me not chase after the approval of man, nor seek fulfillment in things that will one day fade. Let me fix my eyes on what is unseen, on the treasures that moth and rust cannot destroy, on the calling that extends beyond this present life. And yet, even as I live with heaven in my heart, let me not neglect the world around me. Let me be fully present in the places you have placed me, fully engage with the people you have entrusted to my care. Let me love well, serve well, give of myself freely, knowing that every act of kindness, every sacrifice made in love, every moment spent pouring into another's life is not in vain. For I do not labor in my own strength, Lord. I do not love by my own power. I do not serve out of my own ability. No, it is you who works in me, you who empowers me, you who fills me, so that I may pour out. And so, let me never run on empty. Let me never attempt to do this life apart from you. Let me never neglect the wellspring of grace that is found only in abiding. Teach me to abide, Lord. Teach me to dwell in your presence, not just in the morning hours of prayer, but in the every moment surrender of my heart. Teach me to remain in you, to draw my strength from you, to let my spirit be continually refreshed by the living water that flows from your throne. And when trials arise, as I know they will, let me not be shaken. Let me not be one who crumbles under the weight of hardship, nor one who wavers when faith is tested. Let me stand firm, not because of my own resilience, but because my foundation is unshakable, because my trust is in the one who never fails. And even in suffering, Lord, let me find joy. Even in difficulty, let me find peace. Even in seasons of waiting, let me find contentment, knowing that you are always at work, even when I cannot see it. For I know, Lord, that nothing in my life is wasted when it is placed in your hands. Every hardship, every unanswered prayer, every delay and detour, you use it all for good. You are a God who redeems, a God who restores, a God who brings beauty from ashes and purpose from pain. So let me trust the process, even when I do not understand it. Let me trust your timing, even when it does not align with mine. Let me trust your ways, even when they lead me down paths I did not expect. For you are good, Father. You are always good. Your love is unchanging, your faithfulness unwavering. And because you are good, because you are sovereign, because you are with me, I will not fear. I will not fear the unknown, for you are already there. I will not fear failure, for my worth is not found in success. I will not fear the opinions of man, for I am defined by who you say I am. I will not fear lack, for you are my provider. I will not fear tomorrow, for my future is in your hands. Instead, I will walk forward in faith. I will walk forward in peace. I will walk forward in the confidence that my God is for me, that He is leading me, that He is working all things together for my good. And as I walk, Lord, let me carry this prayer with me. Let it not be confined to these early morning hours, but let it be the posture of my heart throughout the day. Let my spirit remain in constant communion with you, speaking to you in every moment, leaning on you in every situation, resting in you with every breath. For this is what I desire above all else, Lord, not merely to know about you, but to know you deeply, to walk with you closely, to love you fully, to be holy and completely yours. So take this day, Father. It is yours. Every moment, every word, every thought, every action, let it all bring you glory. Let it all reflect the one who has saved me, the one who sustains me, the one who is worthy of all my worship. And as the sun continues to rise, as the world moves forward in its ceaseless rhythm, I remain here, my heart tethered to yours, my soul at rest in the unchanging truth that I am held, I am known, I am loved by the one who reigns forever. Lord, as I remain in this sacred moment, my heart still lifted before you, I am reminded that this communion with you is not bound to a single hour of the morning. It is not a fleeting conversation, but a continual dwelling, a ceaseless connection between my soul and yours. I do not rise from this place, leaving you behind, for you go with me. You are in every breath I take, in every step I walk, in every word I speak. You are within me, surrounding me, guiding me, and sustaining me. Father, I ask that this awareness of your presence would never fade as the day unfolds. Let me not be one who seeks you only in the quiet, but forgets you in the noise. Let me not call upon you only in times of need, but neglect you in times of plenty. Let my heart be steadfast, my spirit attuned to the gentle whispers of your leading. Teach me to walk in the fullness of this abiding, where every moment, whether mundane or extraordinary, becomes an act of worship. For my life is not my own, Lord. My days belong to you. My time is not my own, for you have numbered my moments before one of them came to be. My purpose is not my own, for you have called me, set me apart, commissioned me to walk in the plans you have prepared. So let me not squander a single breath. Let me not waste a single opportunity. Let me not hold back in fear when you are calling me forward in faith. And as I go about this day, Lord, I pray that my life would bear fruit, not the fruit of selfish ambition, nor the fleeting fruit of worldly success, but the lasting fruit of your Spirit. Let love flow from me like a river, touching every heart I encounter. Let joy radiate from my soul, not because circumstances are always easy, but because I am anchored in something greater than this world. Let peace reign over my thoughts, silencing every anxious worry, every restless doubt. Let patience be my covering, keeping me steady when trials come. Let kindness mark my interactions, gentleness shape my words, faithfulness define my character. Let self-control guard my actions, that I may live in a way that honors you in every decision, every response, every moment. For I know, Lord, that my life is a testimony. Whether I speak your name or not, my actions declare what my heart believes. So let my faith be evident in the way I live. Let those around me see you in the way I serve, in the way I love, in the way I carry myself through both triumph and trial. Let my presence bring encouragement to the discouraged, comfort to the hurting, hope to the weary. Father, I surrender my plans to you today. I have my lists, my responsibilities, my goals, but above all these things, I place one desire at the forefront, that I would walk in obedience to you. If you redirect my steps, I will follow. If you interrupt my plans, I will yield. If you open unexpected doors, I will walk through them. If you call me to wait, I will wait with a heart that trusts in your perfect timing. For I know, Lord, that your ways are higher than mine. Your plans are far greater than anything I could orchestrate. You see the full picture when I see only fragments. You are working in ways beyond my comprehension, aligning things in the unseen, weaving together every detail for a purpose that is infinitely greater than my own understanding. So I trust you, Father. I trust you with today. I trust you with tomorrow. I trust you with my life. And even as I surrender, I know that there will be moments when my heart grows weary, moments when doubts creep in, moments when the weight of responsibility feels too heavy to bear. So in those moments, Lord, be my strength. When my own energy runs low, be my sustenance. When my motivation wavers, be my reason to press on. When my spirit is drained, be the wellspring that replenishes my soul. Let me not rely on my own abilities, my own wisdom, my own resources, for they are limited. But you, O God, are limitless. Your power never wanes. Your wisdom never falters. Your provision never runs dry. So let me draw from you, abide in you, rest in you. Let me be like a tree planted by streams of living water, whose leaves never wither, whose fruit is always in season, whose roots go deep into the foundation of your truth. And Father, I lift up those around me who need you today, those who are burdened, those who are hurting, those who feel unseen, unheard, unloved. Be near to them, Lord. Speak to them in ways they cannot ignore. Let them encounter you not as a distant God, but as a present and personal Savior. Let them know that they are not forgotten, not forsaken, not beyond the reach of your mercy. For the lost, Lord, I pray that you would draw them home. For the broken, I pray that you would be their healer. For the anxious, I pray that you would be their peace. For the weary, I pray that you would be their rest. For the searching, I pray that you would be the answer their souls have been longing for. And if it be your will, Lord, use me as an instrument in their lives. Let me not shy away from opportunities to be a vessel of your love. Let me not hold back in fear of rejection or discomfort. Let me be bold in speaking truth, courageous in living out my faith, willing to step beyond my comfort zone if it means leading another soul closer to you. Father, I thank you for the gift of this day, for the breath in my lungs, for the strength in my body, for the opportunities that lie ahead. I do not take these things for granted, for I know that every day is a gift, every moment a chance to bring you glory. So let me not waste it. Let me live fully, love deeply, give generously, serve joyfully. Let me walk in the fullness of all that you have created me to be. And at the end of this day, when the sun is set and the world quiets once more, let me look back and know that I lived well, not for myself, but for you. Let me lay my head down in peace, knowing that I followed where you led, that I walked in obedience, that I poured out all that you poured into me. Let my life be an offering, a testimony, a reflection of the one who has loved me with an everlasting love. For you are worthy, Lord, worthy of my time, worthy of my devotion, worthy of my every breath, worthy of every sacrifice, every act of service, every moment surrendered in obedience. There is none like you, none who compares, none who is more deserving of all that I am and all that I have to give. So take this day, Father, take my life, take my hands, my feet, my voice, my heart. Use it all for your glory. Let your name be lifted high in all that I do. Let your will be done in and through me. Let your love be made known, your grace be made evident, your presence be felt in every space I enter. And as the world moves forward in its ceaseless rhythm, as time marches on and seasons shift, let one thing remain unchanged: my love for you, my trust in you, my desire to walk with you every step of the way. For you are my portion. You are my delight. You are my everlasting hope. You are my greatest treasure. And there is nothing in this world I desire more than to know you, to love you, to live for you alone. Dear Heavenly Father, as my heart remains before you, as my spirit lingers in the quiet of your presence, I am reminded that prayer is not merely words spoken in the solitude of the morning. It is not confined to these sacred moments of stillness, nor limited to the times when I feel particularly close to you. No, prayer is the breath of my soul, the unceasing rhythm of my heart's communion with yours. It is the whispered longing of my spirit, the silent surrender of my will, the quiet acknowledgement that I am always in need of you. And so, Lord, let this prayer not end when I rise from this place. Let it continue with every breath I take, with every step I walk, with every thought that passes through my mind. Let my entire life be a living prayer, a ceaseless offering of worship, an ongoing conversation between my heart and yours. For you are not a God who dwells only in the quiet hours before the world awakens. You are not present only in the moments when my soul is at rest, nor do you listen only when my words are eloquent and carefully spoken. No, you are the God who walks with me in the midst of my day. You are the God who hears even the prayers that are unspoken, the cries too deep for words, the burdens carried in silence, the longings buried beneath the surface of my soul. You are with me in the busyness of my responsibilities, in the noise of my daily routine, in the conversations I have, in the work I do, in the challenges I face. You are there in the moments of joy, in the laughter shared with loved ones, in the beauty of the world around me. You are there in the trials, in the moments when I feel stretched, when patience is tested, when faith is refined. You are there in the waiting, in the seasons of uncertainty, in the times when the road ahead is unclear. And because you are with me, Father, I ask that my awareness of your presence would not waver as the day unfolds. Let me not forget that I am never alone. Let me not be so consumed with the demands of life that I neglect the greatest privilege of all, to walk in step with my Creator, to move through this day in communion with the one who holds my life in his hands. So, Father, let my heart remain open to you. Let me hear your voice above the noise of the world. Let me recognize your guidance in the midst of my choices. Let me see your hand in every detail of my day. And when I grow weary, let me find my rest not in temporary distractions, but in you. When I feel overwhelmed, let me find my peace not in solutions of my own making, but in the assurance that you are in control. And Lord, as I walk through this day, I ask that my life would reflect the love that you have so freely given to me. Let me be patient with those who frustrate me. Let me be kind to those who are difficult to love. Let me extend grace to those who fall short, just as you have extended grace to me time and time again. Let me forgive quickly, hold no grudges, and let no bitterness take root in my heart. For I know that love is not merely a word, but an action. It is not a feeling that comes and goes, but a choice that must be made daily. And so, I choose love today, Lord. I choose to love not only those who are easy to love, but also those who challenge me, those who test my patience, those who may never return the kindness I show them. I choose to love not for my own benefit, but because you have called me to love as you have loved me, unconditionally, sacrificially, without hesitation. And Father, I ask that you would help me to be fully present in each moment of this day. Let me not rush through it, always looking ahead to what is next. Let me not be so consumed with my own concerns that I fail to see the needs of those around me. Let me not miss the beauty of what you are doing right here, right now. For I know that each day is a gift. Each breath is a blessing. Each moment is an opportunity to glorify you, to serve you, to love others in a way that reflects your heart. Let me not take this day for granted. Let me not waste the time I have been given. Let me live with purpose, with intention, with a heart that is fully surrendered to you. And Father, even as I go about my tasks, let my heart remain at rest in you. Let me not be anxious about things beyond my control. Let me not be troubled by the unknowns of the future. Let me trust that you are working in ways I cannot yet see, that you are orchestrating every detail according to your perfect plan. For I know that you are faithful, Lord. I have seen it in my past. I have experienced it in my present, and I trust that I will continue to see it in my future. There has never been a moment when you have failed me, never been a time when your love has wavered. So let me stand upon that truth today, unwavering in my faith, steadfast in my trust, confident in the goodness of my God. And when this day draws to a close, when the sun sets and the world quiets once more, let me look back with gratitude, knowing that I lived this day well. Not in my own strength, but in yours. Let me see the ways in which you moved, the ways in which you answered prayers both big and small, the ways in which you were present in every detail. And as I lay my head down to rest, let my heart be at peace, knowing that I am held in the hands of the one who never sleeps, the one who watches over me with love that never ends. Let my last thoughts before sleep be of you, my first thoughts upon waking be of you, my every moment in between be spent in communion with you. For you are my first love, my greatest treasure, my deepest joy. There is nothing in this world that compares to knowing you, nothing that satisfies like your presence, nothing that fulfills like walking in the purpose you have for me. So take this day, Father, take my life, take all that I am, and use it for your glory. Let every moment be an offering of worship. Let every word be a reflection of your truth. Let every action testify to the love of my Savior. For you alone are worthy, Lord. You alone are my hope, my strength, my reason for living. And I desire nothing more than to walk in the fullness of all that you have created me to be, to live each day as a testimony of your grace, to bring honor to your name in all that I do. And so, I remain here, my heart surrendered, my spirit at peace, my soul at rest in the unchanging truth that I am yours, now and forevermore. As I bring this prayer to a close, I do not step away from your presence, for you are with me always. I do not leave behind the peace I have found in this sacred moment, for it abides within me as long as I remain in you. Though my words may cease, my communion with you continues, unceasing, unwavering, ever deepening as I walk through this day. Thank you, Father, for the privilege of coming before you, for the assurance that my prayers are heard, for the comfort of knowing that I am never alone. Thank you for your love that sustains me, for your grace that covers me, for your wisdom that leads me. Let this prayer not be just an utterance of my lips, but the posture of my heart. Let my life be a living testimony of all that I have spoken here, a reflection of your love, an instrument of your peace, a vessel for your glory. Let my every step be taken in faith, my every word be spoken with grace, my every action be carried out in obedience to you. And when trials come, when burdens feel heavy, when uncertainties cloud my path, let me return to this place of surrender, to the quiet confidence that you are sovereign, that you are faithful, that you are working all things for my good. Father, I entrust this day, this life, this journey into your hands. Strengthen me, guide me, uphold me. Let me walk in the fullness of your presence, knowing that I am deeply loved, divinely purposed, eternally secure in you. In the name of Jesus, I pray, Amen.